Welcome back to AGDQ 2021 Online. Let's dive right into a donation. I have $200 from Meg Mac that says, this donation goes towards making sure that Garby gets to play as Snow White tonight. Good luck, Garby. You are good and nice. I agree. Very good and very nice. Thank you so much for your donation. And with that, I am getting word that we are all ready for GarbitheGlitcheress' run of Snow White in Happily Ever After, hard for the SNES.
Hello everyone. I'm GarbitheGlitcheress, and welcome to. And today I'm gonna show y'all a game that means a lot to me called Snow White and Happily Ever After. So, who won the donation incentive? Because now we need to cut it off.
Snow White did.
Okay, y'all. That's awesome. Thanks everyone for y'all's donations for that. And so, first, you need to actually go to the menu to do this. So, time will start after I push start here. So if we're ready, I can give a countdown. Okay, cool. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And so there is a minor difference gameplay-wise between the two characters. It's not especially significant, but Snow White's hitbox is a little bit taller than Shadow Man's, the other character. And so that both makes some parts easier and some parts harder. It is easier to collect coins as Snow White, but it's also easier to get hit, and also you throw from higher, which can make it a little tricky to throw if you're near the top of the screen. And so I'm just collecting. So you'll notice that I'm collecting coins. In hard mode, which I'm doing, I need to collect 60 coins. That varies depending on the difficulty I'm doing, so that makes all the categories pretty unique to speedruns. That's pretty neat for like exploration. And so just need to get 60 coins, then I can just go immediately to the exit. And you'll also notice that I'm collecting some hearts. So falling in a pit or getting hit will usually take away one heart in almost all cases. And you'll see that I have 42 hearts, so the cool thing is that falling in pits isn't really punishing, and generally game overing in this run isn't that big of an issue because I'll be getting so many hearts later because there's just so many trap levels. Oh, is that enough? Okay, good, it is. And so that's the first set of levels down. Most of the levels follow like a structure of 2 parts to each like set of levels, like different lands, like so I'm going to Cloudland. And I guess I can also talk about like my history with this game. As a kid, I rented this game a lot, and I genuinely adored this game. I wasn't aware that anyone could consider it like a bad game, but then then later I had like friends try it, and I realized that there were some pretty rude aspects to it. But I still think it's a fun game overall, though. Like, you'll notice that there's sometimes, like, times when, like, there are, like, blocks, like, right above you that you can accidentally hit, which can be pretty rude. But yeah, I still really like this game, even though it is an off block. I still, like, really adore this game. And so I guess we have time for some donations.
Awesome. I have a $50 donation from Toby Camp that said it once, say it again. Awful block, best block. I agree. All these games have been amazing.
Yeah.
And I have a $250 donation from, and I'm going to try to do so much justice to this username, Crow, that says howdy. Thank you so much, Crow. Howdy.
Awesome, thanks. And so now I'm entering like the next set of levels, Mother Nature, and one thing I do like about this game generally is the music. I feel like the music in this game is generally pretty good, and this is probably one of the better tracks in my opinion. And you'll also notice that there are some warps that, like the like yellow circles you see, they're like warps that can be used. And I'm sorry for not mentioning this earlier, but I should also give a flashing warning. Like, anytime you or an enemy gets hit, there is like a lot of flashing, so be sure to be aware of that. And so this is another level. There's like a warp. Most of the levels just involve like going to like a warp to get to a different place. So there's some pretty interesting routing with this, and the routing also changes depending on the difficulty you're doing. Like, for instance, in difficult, you have to get 100 coins. So that category ends up being like 10 minutes longer than any of the other categories. Like the world record there is like a little bit under 25 minutes, and this is about 14 for the world record. So there's a pretty big difference between those. And so we're getting close to the end of this, and there's going to be something pretty fun to show off in the next level coming up that I find pretty amusing. It'll lose time, but I still need to show it off, I feel. And so this is a level that'll have like a lot of hearts. Oh, hey, a tree! Such a nice tree. Oh no! So if that happens, you just like take a death, and the tree just tugs you and makes you fall to the ground. So you have to watch out for that. That's like honestly one of the more amusing death animations. But yeah, I'm just kind of running through the levels. This is a level that's pretty quick with doing this. I'm realizing that there's like a lot of different routes you can do. I don't need to take this path, but it's a little safer because otherwise that spider there, it's hard to jump on the spring properly with the spider there because like the spiders just go like in any which direction, and if you're trying to like use the spring and the spider's like where the spring is, you'll just jump on the spider and you'll have to reset your gaining height off the spring. Like you gain height on each bounce, but it'll be reset with the spider. And that is honestly something that's a little tricky to deal with this game. And so I tried to scroll the screen there to like make that spawn a little quicker. And so I'm gonna be taking an intentional. So another thing with this game is that sometimes I want to take intentional deaths because I want to spawn earlier in the level. Like in this level, the goal is on top of where I start, so I'll be wanting to take an intentional death after this, and then just take a route to get there. And so we're getting close to the end of this level. Just need to go to the top of this level. This is something that when I played it first took me a pretty long time to figure out. But now we're finished this level. We're getting sort of close to the end of the run. There's only maybe about 3 or 4. There's like this level, then this set of levels, then one level, then another set of 2 levels, then the final boss. So we're already in pretty close to the end of the run. And so this is probably one of the more tricky levels because there's like a lot of just platforms throughout. Like small platforms that you have to navigate through. And so I want to be careful to make sure I have enough coins. This should be enough. And also hitbox can be a little bit finicky. Oh, I wanted to get on top here. But it requires doing a pretty precise jump. If you hold Y, you can run. And so that's something that's pretty important to going quickly. And it also lets you jump higher, so it's also just pretty important for moving around. At first when I played this, I didn't know that you could do that, so it made some parts really, really tricky, and just made it so sometimes I didn't even know where to go. And so here, I just want to be sure to be on the top path, because if I like fall down, it's much harder to just figure out what to do. Oh, okay, I don't want to fall there. I need to make sure I have at least 38 coins heading into the next part of... Sometimes the collision of the objects can be a little finicky, so I want to be careful. Oh no, that's pretty unfortunate, but that's fine. I just need to go back there now, so that's gonna lose a little time, but that's fine. Oh, okay, but... Usually die there, but hey, can happen sometimes. So I just need to make sure I fall down here because there's a whole lot of coins here, so I can't just take the bottom half because there's not... Or maybe I could, but it's a lot hard to get enough coins that way. There's just like a big stash of coins so I can just get to 60 relatively quickly. So that was a little bit of time loss, but not that bad. And so now we're heading into the Mud River. This is kind of just an auto-scroller where you ride a log, and there is one interesting piece of movement that I do is where I take a death after getting a checkpoint to spawn the log a little bit farther into the level. But other than that, it's just kind of just doing an auto-scroller for a couple of minutes. So this is probably another good chance for some donations.
Awesome. I have a $25 donation from Lark Lilith that says, "Howdy, Lark here. So happy to see Garby run Snow White in awesome Jank Games block. I'm donating tonight in honor of my wife Val and her sister who lost her battle with cancer this past year. I'm sad I never really got to meet her. Let's work to honor all those who fought and go for no more cancer percent and live like Snow White and happily ever after in a better game. Put my donation towards Garby's Choice." Thank you so much for your donation, Lark Lilith.
Thank you.
I have a $500 donation from Xananel. They don't leave a comment, but thank you so much for your donation.
Oh, thank you. That's really nice.
That's so sweet. Everyone's so sweet. I also have a $25 donation from Joe Q that says, "Awful block is awful and I love it." Thank you, Joe Q. You are correct and I love it too. And I have a $100 donation from Dognet that says, "Keep on rocking it, GDQ folks. Thank you for all you do and all the best to everyone in 2021. Thank you so much, Dognet, and all the best to you as well.
So we're getting pretty close to the end of this all-scroll. There's only going to be a little bit. There is another thing I'll do, which is try to do a pretty precise jump toward this part. Just so I can get to the end really quickly. Okay, yeah. And so now we're going to be heading into the last set of levels. This is the courtyard, and the way to teleport to different areas is different than in the other one. Than in the other level. Here I'll need to get like 60 coins, and there's a big stash of them, but here I use doors instead of the yellow circles to teleport to different areas, and that took me a pretty long time to figure out. So at first I didn't even know like the route was a lot slower until I figured out that the doors led somewhere. Oh, and I'm also realizing that I never talked about the lore of this game. So the story of this game is that after defeating the witch's brother Malice gets angry, and depending on who you're playing as, Malice either kidnaps Snow White or Shadow Man, aka the Prince. And so, as playing as Snow White, we're going after the Prince gets captured, and we're going to save him. And the Prince is also transformed, so we're also gonna transform back. So that's what we're currently doing right now. And this is the very last level. What I'm gonna want to be careful to do here is to make sure to get a good power up here. I want to have this homing missile. For most of the run, it's better to have the bomb because it's a lot easier to like destroy enemies quickly and just break blocks and get coins quickly. But for the final boss, I want the homing shot because the final boss Mouse will fly, and it's a lot easier to attack him with the homing shot, to the point where you lose like 30 or so seconds in this difficulty if you don't have the homing shot, so I want to be sure to have it. And this is a part that's more tricky with Snow White than with Shadow Man, because I'm gonna be wanting to do it like this. Oh no, what is this? This has never happened before. Okay, good. We got it in there. Oh my gosh, game. I usually haven't had that happen, but hey, that's enough coins, that's cool. And also, so I'm falling through this maze, and this is the only way to beat it. And if you don't have enough coins to complete this, there's no way to finish level, and you'll need to reset. And There is a level select, but it doesn't save upon reset, so you have to redo the entire game if you don't have enough points when you fall down there. So that is something with this. But yeah, now we're hitting. Oh yeah, big flashing warning, because the boss will be flashing for like a minute or so, because this boss, Malice, takes about 60 or so hits. So it is long. It is a pretty long fight, but it's even longer if you don't have the homing shot. And I think he takes like over 100 hits in difficult, so that fight's about 2.5 minutes or so. But yeah, we're just kind of attacking Malice, and time's gonna be on the last hit to Malice, so that's probably about 40 seconds or so. So I'll just let y'all know when that is. Another difference in difficulty between like this and difficult is that Malice shoots a lot more fireballs. Here I'm able to, he's standing still a lot, so I'm able to deal hits quickly, so it's just a matter of shooting the homing shots precisely right when Malice's iframes run out, so I can attack him again. So it's pretty much just non-stop flashing, unfortunately. And easy Malice does not flash, so it's a much easier fight in that one. Oh, and that's time.
GG.
Thanks. And so this is the ending, so we did it. And so they live happily ever after. So nice. But yeah, that's Snow White, and it's definitely a game that like means a lot to me. So if you saw this and want to run it, definitely like hit me up. There's not a big community at all for this game. I'm pretty sure I'm like the only really active runner at the moment, but still, it's still a really neat game that I recommend checking out. So that's all I have. So thanks so much, Games Done Quick, for having me, and I think I'll hand it over to the host now. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your run. That was really, there was so much fruit. Just so much fruit. Also, chat, thank you so much. We did meet the Pac-Man boss fight incentive for the mummy, so I super appreciate that. I'm really looking forward to that. The next, I would say, major one that we should try to work together as a team to get to is the Secret GLaDOS fight. We are about 23,300 away, but I believe in all of you. We could do it. Also, it's worth noting that in about 8 hours, I think, there is going to be a Pokemon run, and there are 3 bids open to name certain Pokemon. If you have watched the ending of the last GDQ, you will know that Caternies is a big thing and a big special thing to me. So if you could get some donations in to name some of the Pokemon Caternies, it would mean the absolute world to me. That being said, let's go ahead and read some donations. We have got $10 from Night Vibes. It says, thanks to all the nighttime runners for making my graveyard shift a bit more entertaining. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for your donation. We have $25 from Terralist. It says, one of the best things about AGDQ every year is Awful Block. Thanks to the runners and crew again. Thank you. I have $25 from Jack Corsair that says Awful Games Block is my favorite part of GDQ, so I had to donate for it. Shout out to my little sister Jessa, who introduced me to GDQ all those years ago. Thank you so much. I have $25 from Gage that says, let's keep it going. Great work and cheers to the tech team. They're doing an amazing job. Let's get some appreciation for the tech team. Words are hard at 4:30 in the morning. Let's get some appreciation for the tech team in chat, please. They are doing absolutely amazing. I have $25 from Jolford that says, I'm doing my part. Thank you so much, Jolford. I really appreciate it. I have $10 from Makezio that says, go video games. Go video games indeed. I have a $250 donation from Just Chris that says, just wishing whoever reads this to have a good day. Thank you, Just Chris. I appreciate your donation, and I hope that anyone that's listening to this also has a good day. I have a $77.77 donation from RoboFixer that says, shoutouts to speedrunners and to good causes from here in the UK. Love all you guys are doing. Thank you so much, RoboFixer. And if you are just joining us, or as a reminder, GDQ is benefiting the Prevent Cancer Foundation. The Prevent Cancer Foundation, founded in 1985, is a US based nonprofit organization. Their mission is to save lives across all populations through cancer prevention and early detection by focusing their work through research, education, outreach, and advocacy. Their vision is to stop cancer before it starts. You can find out more information about PCF at preventcancer.org. I have a $25 donation from Harlow that says, man, I love GDQ. It's amazing what we can do as a community. Thank you so much for your donation. And this is such an amazing community. I super appreciate every single one here. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this and joining us for Awful Game Block, which is just an absolute joy. I have a $10 donation from Nickname Osiris. Hi, GDQ. You're doing great. Keep being awesome. Thanks for all you do. Kick cancer's butt. Thank you so much for your donation. And I have a $50 anonymous donation. Awful block, best block. I agree. Awful block is best block. Thank you so much for your donation, Anonymous. And with that, I just got word that we are ready for our next run. So we are going to go on over to Alcatraz Prison Escape by TBCR Maximum Security for the PC.